Hello and welcome again to Let's Play Throne of Bhaal. This is Policy of Madness. Last time we did some stuff here in the Marching Mountains, and actually I'm about to go back there.
Nothing to it.
Because there were some things in there. I think there were some containers. Sorry, I think there were some containers. I'm not 100% sure. That I just never bothered to check. And I honestly can't remember what's in them, or if there was anything important. It's probably nothing important, and I'm just wasting my time. But we're going to find out. For this session, after we do this...
If you say so.
Yeah. After we do this, we're going to go to the Forest of Mir. Yeah. I have no idea what that spell is. Hope it's nothing dangerous. Alright. So, yeah, it's a container. There's probably a big nothing here. Yeah, this was definitely not worth the trip. Oops. Silver necklace worth like 1 gold. Okay. Well, while we're here, let's remember what we did. We picked up a heart from in here, and some other things that we didn't care about, and another heart from right here, and it was on fire. And we need to get that heart quenched. This is the heart that was on fire. It's hot as a coal and scorches the thick cloths it was wrapped in. And then this is Niale's heart. Still beating and glistening wetly. How the organ is kept alive in such a manner you do not know. And we never will know. Alright, so... Nothing else here? Yeah, that was not worth the trip. But I was watching the video from the last session, and I saw these things, and I realized that they were containers, and I never even checked them, so... I kind of had to know, because there might have been something in there that is important for...
If that's what you want.
important for the purposes of crafting useful items for ourselves.
Whatever you decide.
Of course, it turned out to be nothing like that.
I've got the best prices this side of Cormier.
Sell this useless shit. So it's been a long time since the last time I made a video. If you recall, in the last video, I also coughed. And that doesn't sound like much of a problem, right? Just a cough. Well, I have bronchitis. And it was a horrible sounding wheeze. And I didn't really want to inflict that on people unnecessarily, so... I was trying to wait for the... Yeah. For my bronchitis to, like, heal. But it ain't healing. We have no use for either of these things, Or that. Well, we'll keep that. We still have no use for it. Don't need that. Definitely don't need that. My bronchitis is not healing. It's still where it was, which is it doesn't really bother me that much most of the time. But if I laugh, it's especially bad when I laugh. If I get too worked up about things, fortitude, don't need. This one's cursed, I think. Nope. If I talk too much, if I laugh, especially if I laugh, then it can get pretty terrible. So now we're going to go to the forest mirror. And now that we're here, we're going to immediately go back to our pocket plane. And rest and refresh our spells because we're about to have a fight.
Is that all?
So I've decided that since it doesn't seem to be going away, that I might as well at least try to make a video today. I have a little bit of time to do it. So I should just go ahead and do it.
Whatever
All right.
you want.
Okay.
Most anxious Nile is, oh yes. Have you found her precious heart, Spawn Child?
So Nile, I really like Nile as a character. She doesn't get very much screen time here, but the characterization that she does get is pretty interesting. So here she's like super anxious to get her revenge, just like she said that she was.
Yes, at last Nile has her heart. Nile had forgotten how it feels to have a heart she had. Many old memories. It makes Nile sad.
So now she's extinguished his heart, and he's now vulnerable. And now she has remembered that she loves Yaga-Shura. That she raised Yaga-Shura She raised Yaga-Shura as if he were her son. And she still cares for him. Now that she's got her heart back. This is why I like Nile. And I don't actually remember anything about this fight. So, we're gonna wing it.
I'm waiting.
Let's see.
Just ask.
It's always magic resistance, isn't it? What kind of magic resistance she got? Oh wow. Not very much actually. Alright, the Shambling Mound is immune to fire. That's surprising. Well, that is vulnerable to lightning.
Incurtus pulcr imperium.
Fuck happened? Mound is immune to that damage too. Okay. So shit's getting real here actually with Call Lightning. It's hurting the sword. Iron Skins, that's a druid spell. See what kind of magic resistance she's got on her. Like none. She has like almost none. Her magic resistance is extremely low. Very good. Let's just go like this. Alright. That's it for Nile. Her Call Lightning should go away. And it actually didn't.
prevail.
That's pretty annoying.
I shall prevail.
Vita. More.
I shall prevail. Shall prevail. I 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 shall prevail.
What do you like?
Okay.
Tell me all about it.
So that's all there is to that. I remembered the shambling mounds. I did not remember the nymphs.
I shall prevail.
I shall prevail. I shall
I
prevail.
shall prevail. I shall prevail. I shall prevail. I shall prevail.
Yes,
Mummies and gas out of nowhere.
nothing to it.
Mummies are kind of dangerous, but I think it's a little late in the game to be hitting me with gas. Ring of animal friendship. Whatever. Alright. So now we just gotta wait for the plane torque to expire, and we'll be on our way. So my bronchitis is not actually healing. It's been over a year. I've had this for more than a year. And then not that long ago, I came down with a sinus infection. The sinus infection started as a headache right over my right eye and migrated down into my nose, and then from there into my throat, and from there into my lungs, and it aggravated my bronchitis. So never underestimate sinus infections. So now Yaga-Shura is vulnerable.
Whatever you want.
Gonna refresh our spells because we're not idiots.
If you say so.
Siege camp. Time to hit the siege camp.
As you arrive in the clearing, the first thing that draws your attention is the plume of smoke billowing from nearby Saradush. Its walls have been breached in several places, and its utter devastation shows a city that has been completely sacked by invaders. Bodies of soldiers are everywhere, as is the stench of death. The screams of the innocent attempting to flee can still be heard. Yaga-Shura and his army are nowhere in your immediate sight.
So the bodies of soldiers are everywhere, but what about the civilians? It seems unlikely that they would be spared. And how did an entire army get out of my sight? Okay. So here we are in the siege camp. Siege camp is all around us. Saradush is up here. We're going to cast our spells now. can hear people moving about.
Credo. Oculos.
The game anticipates you, like, going to meet these people. It really doesn't anticipate you just standing back here and doing nothing. Alright. They're being chased by soldiers.
Of course.
Yaga-Shura's army pours toward me. All I had to do was cross this bridge. Whatever. It's not really that exciting. So all you have to do is injure him a little bit.
What a disappointment you created for me, Worm. I redoubled our efforts to crush this worthless town when I heard you were within. The terror of the Sword Coast. Only to find you gone.
I'm the terror of the Sword Coast. Oh, I'd forgotten about this. Okay.
I thought I would have to content myself with slaughtering all the weakling ballspawn in this city and forgetting about you. But here you are. I should have been the first sent after you, and now I shall prove it. Yaga-Shura shall become even greater still.
So I'm not sure what these little swirly bits are meant to be. I mean, obviously the game is doing this so that you will be able to tell Yaga-Shura from the other fire giants that are on the scene. But what actual story explanation is there for this? I don't understand.
No, this cannot be. I am wounded.
So you just have to do like 1 hit point of damage to him. You could do it with a dart. This is one of the times when Time Stop led me astray. I had come out here with my whole party because I was playing with a party, and I cast, we were being attacked by Yaga-Shura soldiers, which they will do if they can see you, which they can't see me right now because I'm invisible, or I was, and I cast Time Stop. I unloaded my spell book onto Yaga-Shura. I cast like every single fucking spell. And then he gives me this line right here. And he's about to run off like a little fucking coward.
Yaga-Shura cannot be defeated. Men, destroy them! Rip the hearts from their chests and make them suffer.
Only the men, not the women.
With your name on it.
We're just going to listen to this music for a minute. I love this music.
I know it. No matter. Yaga-Shura will defeat you yet.
I guess this is his battle cry. So this music is some of the best music in It's definitely some of the best music in the Baldur's Gate series. I almost said it's some of the best music in any video game, but I can actually think of other songs from other video games that are better than this one. But this one is still pretty fantastic. This is, in my head, I call it There Can Be Only One. It's actually called Prophecies Fulfilled. But before I knew that, you know, this is the battle music for all the ball spawn fights. And so, you know, there can be only one, right? So that's what I called it in my mind for the longest time. And then I found out it was called Prophecies Fulfilled.
For the fight!
Wow. He can actually see invisible. That's interesting. Okay.
Insurgents, culture, Imperium.
Oh man.
Vita Mortis.
All right. Now it's time to actually take this seriously. Time to start taking shit seriously. Where's Yaga-Shura? Here he is. Okay, let's test his magic resistance. Zero, effectively. See if I can clear out some shit around me.
Incurtus Fulcrum Imperium.
Vita Mortis.
Badly injured. Very good.
Vita Mortis.
Incurtus Imperium.
There we go. Holy shit. Yeah, weapon ineffective. Protection from magical weapons renders me at this point immune to all physical damage. I just love this music so fucking much. Look at this damage that I was doing to people. I was just unloading it. Okay. I didn't do that. That's an autosave.
Vita Mortis Cario. Vita Mortis.
Oh, okay. Didn't realize it would do that.
I greet you, you who are of divine blood. It is time for your education to continue.
It had been about 2 years since I'd played this game when I first picked up this Let's Play, and I think that was like in 2013. So it's been like 6 years at this point since I've played this game. So, I've never played Throne of Bhaal as often as I've played like the first 2 games. So, a lot of this is taking me by surprise.
The first step towards the fulfillment of your destiny has been taken. Yaga-Shura is dead by your hand, and the forces in play now move swiftly toward conclusion. Now you must know yourself and your past to reveal your future. Listen and be judged. To look upon oneself and ask, what is my nature? One must know one's origin. Your own origin is a mystery to you, godchild. You have no beginning, and without a beginning, how can there be an ending?
This is bad logic. Like super, super bad logic here. Things can have no beginning but have an end, and things can have an end but no beginning. Did I say that right? It can have a beginning but no end. It can also have an end with no beginning. I mean, there's no reason why this has to be true.
What do you know of your birth? What do you know of your mother? Of your life before Gorion brought you to the safety of Candlekeep?
Only what Gorion told us, which was, we're about to find out, a lie.
Your past unfolds. You would do well to heed it closely.
I am your mother. I am Aliana, a disciple of the great Lord of Murder, a priestess of Bhaal. In the time of troubles did Bhaal himself come and whisper in mine ear.
How does someone become a priestess of murder? How does society... I mean, I can imagine all kinds of ways. I haven't read exactly 0 as to what the canon is on this. But I can imagine all kinds of ways where you might have to like commit a murder in order to become a priestess or something like that. But how does society put up with that? How does society not stamp out a cult like that? It just wouldn't, we wouldn't stand for that.
I was to give birth to one of the children, to you. I rose my arms up and hailed my Lord of Murder with great joy at my fate. Others of Bhaal's order took me away to hide us in the darkest temple, away from prying eyes. Others of the children were there, and when our great Bhaal died, did we begin our task.
Her task was to slay her own child, sacrifice her babe upon the bloodiest of altars.
I would slay you, my child, so Bhaal could live again.
But I and several of my colleagues had discovered the location of this temple. We attacked and stopped your mother from performing the sacrifice.
We resisted. This was the will of Bhaal, father of my child.
They were many, and their magic was strong. We had little time. I killed the priestess.
So if you remember, Gorion had a letter for us in... We actually discovered it. It's easy to not discover it if you are doing Candlekeep the way that the game intends you the first time. You have to sneak past I think it's the 3rd floor, and like go up the other floors and explore them first before you encounter the people from the Iron Throne in the conference room. I think it's on the 3rd floor. But there's a letter there that Gorion left, which is addressed to us, and it says, you know, I was friends with your mother and occasionally her lover, and she was raped or something, and died in childbirth, and I took you in, and you can see now that all that was a gigantic fucking lie.
He's your mother.
You expect me to be outraged about that? Fuck you.
I rescued you and fled from the temple, even as many other Bhaal-spawn babes died.
But not all of us died. Some of us used the chaos to escape, to flee.
Yes, not all the Bhaal-spawn children died that night. I saved the only one I could.
If you have Sarevok in your party, I don't know if he reacts to this at all. I don't think he does.
He could only save one. There was no time for more. But I was there as well.
I chose you. I could not save both of you.
He left me behind, saving you instead. And so I fled on my own, raised by foster parents in the Iron Throne. It mattered not. I killed Gorion in the end.
And so your past is made plain. Your mother, a priestess of Bhaal, killed by Gorion. And what of your brother, Sarevok? What if fate had not intervened, and Gorion had raised him rather than you? Would you have become as he was? Would Sarevok be in your place now if but for the smallest twist of fate? Is there a debt between you then that is yet unpaid?
No, this is the one that's true. But you can't say that because that's the evil. Some of these responses are evil, some of them are neutral, and some of them are good. This is definitely the good one. We'll go ahead and do it.
We are finished then, for now. Return to your cocoon plane. You will find part of it now open to you. Investigate as you wish.
The choices that you make here determine what ending you get.
Consider what you have learned here today. Farewell, godchild.
Now we're back on the battlefield.
You live! I had heard the sounds of combat and returned this way only to find the giant dead and you gone. Don't be a fool. I cannot express my relief at finding you alive after all the carnage this monster and his army have wrought here.
You don't fool me, Melisande.
My own escape was a narrow one. Once the walls were breached, Yaga-Shura thundered through the city almost too quickly for us to react. I tried to get the Bhaal-spawn out, but it was too late. Yaga-Shura seemed to think you were in the city and was eager to seek you out. He slaughtered them all. And there was nothing I could do.
A mere handful of peasants, and myself. Yeah, this battle had a lot of magic in it. Not as powerful as me. She was totally weak. Your lies are not even good. Bazagal and Sendai. We met a Sendai back in the Sword Coast, back on the Sword Coast. It was south of Nashkel in the Cloud Peak Mountains. There was a hunting party from and there was a character named Sendai there. It's a different Sendai. This Sendai is a dark elf. That one was just a human or something. No shit. I can defeat them all together. In fact, just get them in a pile. Get them gathered around one single magical sword, and I will just annihilate them. Like she just thought of this. I don't know, maybe. Maybe I'll just go off in the woods and live as a hermit, and anybody who comes near me will get the, a skull trap to the face, but eventually they'll stop coming, right? And, the elves in Sold and SLR said that I would always be welcome, except that was a lie, too. Typical. So our next base of operations is Catherine. Our base of operations up until now was Saradush, which we could enter whenever we wanted to. Actually, right up until entering this map, we could have done it, but we chose to come to this map instead. Our next base of operations is going to be Catherine. Alright. So now we've got some cleanup to do. An unenchanted longsword. Look at that. How did they ever hope to defeat me? Let's see what dumbass had on him. Ah, the rune hammer. This is where you get the rune hammer. The rune hammer is a very important cleric weapon. Like, super important in this game. Forever lost in the plains? Apparently not, because we got it in our hands. Pretty nice shield. Pretty nice armor too. Okay. Alright. So now we're just going to explore this area. Looks like the army chopped down a lot of the trees, which is typical. Armies do that kind of shit because they're destructive as hell. So between my bronchitis and some other stuff that's been going on in my life. Oh.
I have a blade with your name on it.
Yeah, I don't even have enchanted weapons. They can't do anything to me. Alright. So you can kind of see that Saradush is back here. Let's see how much of this area we can explore. Saradush is actually right up here. It's hard to get a good look at it because we didn't buy clairvoyance. The more I think about it, the more I wish that I had bought clairvoyance. But I didn't. So between my bronchitis and some other things that have been going on in my life, I just haven't been inclined to make a video lately, but tonight I thought I'd give it a go. My bronchitis felt pretty good. And the other things that are going on in my life kind of cooperated a little bit. So I thought I'd knock a video together, especially since this session is pretty short. Random spells in case you need them. I don't think there's anything else going on here. Bunch of wine barrels probably. Lots of fire-based stuff. No surprises there, really. Okay. So that's it for the siege camp in the Forest of Mir. Next time we'll go to the Oasis, and from there we'll go to Am Catherine. So, yeah, that's all we got. So, that's what we'll be doing next time, and join me then. Later.